It was something Trish Coleman had seen before. As Rory aged, she couldn't deny that he grew more handsome. However, some women were blown away by his salt and pepper look, not on her watch. After 10 years of marriage and 2 children, the day she has finally come for Trish to confront one of his admirers. She had been worried about Rory over the last 2 years despite knowing he only had eyes for her. She knew she had to take action to protect their family. The problem was that her husband always turned heads wherever he went, and Trish's nerves were shot at this point. Even so, she knew her husband wouldn't cheat, or would he? Rory suddenly began working late, making her even more insecure. However, usually during the holidays, everyone had to work extra hours at his job, so she knew it was crunch time. She sat up each night waiting for Rory to arrive home from work because it bothered her. Waiting for him wouldn't make him happy. The last time I spoke to you, I told you not to wait up for me after dark. I don't know what you're doing, but you're ruining your sleep pattern and making yourself more grumpy every morning, he told her. There was no mistake on his part. Her mornings have been agitated since Trish decided to wait for her husband, and she has even forgotten to pack the kids' lunches on several occasions. The feeling, however, would not go away for Trish. Despite Rory's assurances that he was her only and forever love, Trish could not trust him. There had already been instances when Rory smiled at other women. Was she overreacting to the situation? While Trish was a stay-at-home mom, she took her kids to school and did household chores because Rory worked for a law firm. Despite this, she did not have a reason to doubt her husband, as he treated her well throughout their marriage. Then she discovered something in his jeans pocket, and everything changed. Her usual practice was to empty all the pockets of the clothes she washed. Taking out a receipt, she checked it. She was speechless when she saw what she saw. She felt her heart sink. Now that she had proof, she was certain she was right all along. The receipt contained a message. Was she right all along? She took the receipt and put it in her purse. She was going to confront him about it later. But first, she was going to do something. She grabbed her purse and keys. She was going to drive to the cafe where they always got bagels. As Trish drove to the bagel store, her mind was a whirlwind of emotions. Anger, confusion, and a tinge of fear all blended together, making her grip the steering wheel tightly. The waitress, whose name tag read Lindsay, was busy clearing a nearby table. When Trish reached her, she cleared her throat, and Lindsay looked up with a welcoming smile. "Hi there, how can I help you today?" Trish took a deep breath, struggling to keep her composure. "I need to talk to you," she said, her voice trembling. "In private." Trish placed the crumpled receipt on the table in front of Lindsay, who glanced at it briefly before looking back at Trish. Her expression changed from curiosity to a touch of panic. "Where did you find this?" "That's not important," Trish replied, her voice icy. "What's important is what you wrote on it." "Call me anytime, handsome." Lindsay swallowed hard, her eyes avoiding Trish's gaze. "I can explain. It's not what you think." But Trish was not convinced. She balled her fists in anger. Lindsay shuddered, her shoulders slumping. "Your husband, Rory, he's a regular customer here. We became friends, just friends. I swear. I left that note as a joke, not expecting him to take it seriously. I never intended to interfere in your relationship." "Friends?" Trish's voice wavered. "What kind of friends leave notes like that for married men?" Lindsay looked genuinely remorseful. "I never knew it would cause so much trouble. I deeply regret it, and I promise I'll never do anything like that again." Trish let out a sigh, feeling the weight of her emotions. "I'll have a serious talk with my husband, but I hope you've learned your lesson." Trish left the cafe, her mind still reeling from the encounter with Lindsay. She felt a mix of emotions, torn between believing the waitress's explanation and the lingering doubts that had plagued her for so long. As she walked through the front door, she couldn't help but notice Rory in the living room, engrossed in his laptop. He looked up and smiled when he saw her. "Hey, where did you go? Everything okay?" "Rory, we need to talk," she said, her voice more serious than he had ever heard. Rory's smile faded, replaced by a concerned look. "What's wrong, Trish? Is everything okay?" "Rory, "I found this in your jeans pocket and I had a conversation with Lindsay, the waitress." Rory's eyes widened as he read the note. His face turned pale and he stuttered, "Trish, I can explain." He took a deep breath, realizing that he could no longer hide the truth. He confessed to feeling the flattery of her attention, but swore that he had never crossed any boundaries with her. He had kept the note not as a sign of interest, but as a reminder of his own foolishness. Tears welled up in Trish's eyes as she listened to Rory's confession. The love she had felt for him had been shaken, but deep down, she still hoped to salvage their relationship. Whether that would be possible remained uncertain. His words seemed genuine, but she couldn't shake the feeling of insecurity that had been gnawing at her for so long. "Rory, I've been feeling so insecure lately," Trish admitted, her voice choked with emotion. "All those late nights at work, your changing appearance, and now this note. I need to know that you're committed to us." Rory reached out and gently held her hand, his eyes filled with regret. "I understand, Trish. I've been thoughtless, and I'm so sorry for the pain I've caused you. You and our family mean everything to me, and I'll do whatever it takes to rebuild your trust." Trish's heart softened as she saw the sincerity in his eyes. She knew that their relationship had been through its ups and downs, but at the core, there was a deep bond that she couldn't ignore. She pulled him into a heartfelt embrace. The love she had for Rory was too strong to let this incident tear them apart completely, but there were still wounds to heal and trust to rebuild. It would be a challenging journey, but they were both willing to face it together, to emerge stronger and more secure in their love for each other.